I have drawn my image. I focused my emphasis on repetitive lines and shapes on this side of my square, and then I folded it over against our diagonal line, and I did the pencil scratches on the back side so that it transferred my image. So now I have something that is a reflection. It is symmetrical on both sides, the same. My corner is the area of where my main design radiates out from. When we repeat this design 4 times, it will create radial symmetry going around this point. After you have your image cleaned up, your pencil lines are exactly the way you want it. The hard part is we need to fold the paper back on this line as best as you can. If you need help, ask a buddy at your table, because we need to transfer our image onto this Styrofoam square that is the same size, 4 by 4. So we have this folded over. We're going to place it over your Styrofoam and make sure, actually, let's go ahead and fold it across this side to do your best to try to match it on that line. Maybe let's go ahead and match the other line as well. The more that we can get it to secure around our shape, the more secure it will stay in place as we are tracing. So now I am going to fold this over and then fold this side over, and I need to tape it, not turbo tape, just a small piece, like the size of your finger, the end of your finger, not your entire length of your finger. And then maybe I could fold over this side as well and put another really small piece of tape, super tiny, dojo points if you have super tiny tape. Now it's secure. My Styrofoam is behind this. I have more of the rounded side facing up, and I'm going to trace these lines by pressing with my pen. I'm going to press hard enough that I can hear it kind of crunching into the Styrofoam, but I don't want to break the paper and I don't want to rip my Styrofoam either. So I'm tracing all these. If your ink pen doesn't work, it doesn't show up, it's okay. It is still pressing in there as long as you are pushing that pen through. Oops, I went off of my line, but it's okay. I'm not going to scribble back over it. I'm just going to try to follow all these lines the best that I can, controlling my finger movements. Slow and controlled. We want the consistency. Pressing around. I'm going to get this all in one shot. Don't forget the details on the inside of your design. You'll notice whenever I'm tracing this that I don't have a bunch of busy, intricate, little tiny details. If you have a bunch of little details, you might not clearly see them in your Styrofoam when you do a print. So keep that in mind. Anything that I have on this side will be repeated on the opposite side, so make sure you get that in. After you've traced this, you'll be pressing hard enough with your pen that you won't be able to reuse this design. So this is a one-shot deal. No shading or coloring in at this stage. We'll do that whenever we take the paper off. It's a little difficult where there's a lot of overlapping because the paper is getting angry at me. It wants to rip. Hang in there! Follow this line around. Looping over here. Dang, I'm good at this. Do you agree? Swoop, there it is. I think I've finished everything. Moment of truth. carefully peeling off the tape, hence the need in us not turbo taping. We want to be careful with the styrofoam. This styrofoam has a memory, and it will create any marks or lines that you have accidentally pushed in here. Ooh la la, very fancy, very nice, very mindful, so demure. Now I have some decisions to make. Oh, first of all, I need to mark and notate where was my corner that was from my original drawing, right here. You can have me help you, or if you feel like you're confident yourself and you know exactly where that corner is, we need to mark that. Actually, I will probably come around with a Sharpie. This is my corner. That's where my radial symmetry will be. So I'm going to have an arrow right there. So I know every time I print, that has to go toward the center of wherever I'm printing. Now I can decide if there's any additional stuff that I want to press in or push with the end of my pencil. So let me get some other tools and I can show you that.